What's in a name? Well, there's a lot in a name. And so today on The Master Entrepreneur, we're going to help you do your startup. We're going to help you figure out the 4 or 5 names that you need to name, perhaps claim, picture, and then share with others. It's very important that when it comes to doing it right, you name it right. And if you'll give me just 15 or 20 minutes today, I'd make this a little coaching conversation. Not just a conversation that counts, but a coaching conversation on how I can help you and we can help you figure out what to name your new Starship Enterprise. Again, my name is Stan Houston, and the program begins right now. Actually, it is an old profession, and it's not the one that is usually the butt of jokes. But the oldest profession is caretaker. That's right. Adam was given the job. Hey, we have this incredible creation here. It's your job to take care of it. And then to keep it interesting, God gave a very creative task to the caretaker, because that can be kind of routine work. Adam was to name the creation. Think about that. Now, that implies that by naming something, he gives it a description, he gives it meaning, he gives it form, he gives it words. And so, Adam was a caretaker of creation. But he also had the job of naming creation, and that's an important thing to do. We could talk a lot about that. One time I even had the fun experience of bringing a dog, little puppy dog, into a children's sermon and said, what's this? And of course, well, it's a dog. It's a puppy. And then I said, if we had to name it something else, not a dog or a puppy, what would we call this little animal? Actually, the children did pretty well. The adults were stumped. It had always been a dog for them. And these children came up with all kinds of things that they could call that little animal called a dog or a puppy. So naming things is vital. When it comes to naming your company, I'd like to give you a little clue as to how perhaps you can start to do that. And the way I'd like to illustrate it is some of the mistakes I made, and hopefully some of the things that we're doing right, particularly with the Christian Entrepreneur Network. So if you have a notebook ready, if not, listen to this carefully, then listen to it again, and make sure you are aware of the 4 or 5 names that you may want to give to your company, to you, and perhaps to the products and services that you begin to offer. Name it, claim it, picture it, and then share it. Remember that. Name it, own it, claim it, picture it, and then share it. Now, let me give you a little idea of where that's going. Once you name something, you've said, this is mine. This is my company. And you're probably going to register it or at least give it a trademark. It's yours. It belongs to you. Then you're going to discover that you're going to have to call someone like my good friend Scott Franco, who's a world-class designer, and you'll give him the name and the theme and the idea, and his job will be to picture it. Give it a logo, give it a symbol, give it a graphic. And then, once you have a name, and then you have a picture, you start to share it. And you will discover that it will mean a whole lot more to people, and they'll take it a whole lot more seriously once they can picture it. If you have an idea, see if you can find a way to give the idea a picture of what it will be like and a feeling or an experience of what it will be like. So remember, name it, claim it, picture it, and then when you have that, start to share it with others. Now, the first name you obviously will discover is the legal name of the company. When you decide to name it, if you decide to give it any kind of, let's say, an IRS in the United States, which is the tax affiliation, but you may have to go to an organization within the state or the province or the country or the business division of the government that has the responsibility, and you have to name it. Give it a name. And it usually has to be a name that is not a copycat of somebody else's name. They may not allow you to name your company the same as some other company that is in business. So you have to find a name for it. Now, ours legally is the Christian Entrepreneur Network. The Christian Entrepreneur Network. Now, when Frank and I sat down and thought of all the kinds of names we could come up with, and there's all kinds of cute and clever names, and there are organizations similar to us who have names like Praxis or Forum, something like that. Well, Frank, who's an old salesman, said, "Stan, this is for Christians. It's for entrepreneurs. And we're going to try and get them together. Let's just call it the Christian Entrepreneur Network." And so if I happen to see that, I can say, well, I'm a Christian. Hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I have been one for years. Want to be one. I'd like to help my children be entrepreneurs. I might be interested. So right off the bat, the name gives a fairly good description of who we are and what we might be about. We're about Christian entrepreneurs and perhaps bringing them together and finding some resources or things that we can do to help them. And so that's the name we gave it. And we didn't say Christian Entrepreneur Network. We said the Christian Entrepreneur Network. Think about that. Sometimes there's great power in the word the. Ohio State University prides itself in the United States of being the Ohio State University. We can talk more about that, but there's a certain power in saying is we're the one. Now, there's all kinds of people who do what we do. Collegial, maybe a little bit competitive, but that's okay. But we're saying we're the Christian Entrepreneur Network, and that's our legal name. That's what we have to display. That's what we have to say when someone says, what is the name of your company? The Christian Entrepreneur Network. Now, we have other companies. For instance, the company that will help you with our podcasting radio services is not a nonprofit like the Christian Entrepreneur Network. It is a full LLC, and we call it What It Takes Radio. And we're going to help you do what it takes to get on the radio. That's why, no question, we're going to help you do what it takes to get on the radio. So there you go. The first thing you have to do is you have to give your company a name, a legal name that will give you power, perhaps a way to explain it, a way to attract people. And it's not too cute and it's not too clever, but it is right there. One of my companies was called the PTM Group. PTM, which stood for Press Toward the Mark, from St. Paul. And I thought that was a nice name, and a lot of people thought it was a nice name, but the problem was they had to ask, what does PTM stand for? And then I could tell the story, but what if they didn't ask? What if they just said, PTM, what's that? And on their way. So think about that. Your name. Get some coaching, some counsel. Pray about it. You need spirit force to make that decision, so pray about the name of your company. Then, if you wish, give it a nickname. Now, we started out by saying we're about helping people with, What does it mean to be someone as an entrepreneur who follows Jesus? And so the nickname of our company is the Jesus Entrepreneur Experience, or Jesus Entrepreneurs. And you have to know us a little bit and be connected to us to understand or use our nickname. Just like if you have a nickname or you have a friend who has a nickname, it's usually given and it's known among the people who are already connected. So your company might have a nickname. Think about that. How would you take your formal legal name and give it a casual, a connecting, perhaps something that makes people smile or question, that'll give it a nickname? So, number one, the legal, real name. Number two, the nickname. What would be the nickname for your new startup company? Well, there we are. We're about half done. We've got 2 more names to do, but there you go. Name it, claim it, picture it, share it. Get your legal name and your nickname. I'm Stan Houston. This is the Master Entrepreneur. It is a radio program that goes around the world and it comes right back to you. We'll take a quick break. We'll have a little shameless self-promotion, and then we'll finish up with the 2 other names you need to take care of, and so you can build your company. You learn more here by accident than most places by design. Your 20 minutes of learning, which will make you a world-class entrepreneur, we take care of it every time we're here on the air. Very simply, we're the Christian Entrepreneur Network. We follow Jesus as the master entrepreneur, and we can help you. I believe that whatever you need, there's a good chance that the network can help you. And if you need some world-class business performance coaching, marketing, building a radio station, we can help you. I can help you. I have a team around the world, and whatever you are looking for, we are world-class in how we coach and connect. And particularly, if you are a startup, if you are looking to start a business, you need guidance. You need godly guidance and counsel. You need people who touch you, but touch the Spirit and seek to be in touch with the way the world works. And I would love to help you. Again, my name is Stan at stanhouston@gmail.com. stanhouston@gmail.com. We can help you. You can even call me in the USA at 520-664-7002. 520-664-7002. And we'll be glad to help you. And we'll go from there and see what we can do to make your life and your business work better. Maybe even go and grow to be world class. That would please us if we could do just that. Okay, we've been talking today about naming your company. And I hope you are getting that down. Okay, your legal name. The name that is your nickname. The next one is your domain name. This is the one that guides people to your website. What is the domain name? We thought a lot about that, and we made some mistakes. We actually had a domain name that was way too long, hard to remember, hard to spell right, and it didn't work. So we had to change it. My good friend Isaac came along. Isaac works with me, particularly in internet marketing. He's our colleague in Chennai, India. And Isaac said, no, real simple. TCEN global.org. T. Now, did you notice? T, that's the, C, Christian, E, Entrepreneur Network. But the T, C, and E have a nice rhyme to it. T-C-E-N Network. Now later on we may change it because a lot of organizations like ours are saying, the people in your network, it's a nation. John Lee Dumas, who has a very successful program called Entrepreneurs on Fire, he calls it the Fire Nation. One friend calls it the Onward Nation, as he's helping businesses go onward. We're the Going Onward Nation. One of the major news organizations, media companies in America, the Fox News Channel, now has a subscriber membership service, and they're calling it the Fox Nation. So if we wanted to, TCEN could be changed to TCEN, but it could stand for nation, not just network. But it's global, and then it has a little globe. There it is, TCEN Global. It's easy to remember. It's hard to misspell, and .org, which gives an indication that it's not just another business profit company. It has the rhyme and the reason of a service, perhaps a non-profit organization, as what is usually, at least in the United States and North America and in many parts of the world, .org means just that. So choose the domain name and do it carefully and do it correctly. We would be glad to help you. We got really good at this because we made a lot of mistakes, and as a result, we did a lot of things right, and we've helped a lot of other people do it right. So once again, StanHouston@gmail.com or RadioEdge77@gmail.com will help you name it, claim it. Scott will help you picture it, and then you go out and share it and try to get people to come to it. But then you have to have an offer. What's the one thing that you're going to sell first? What's your product? What's your service? So what is the flagship name? And you're listening to it. The Master Entrepreneur. All of our products, all of our services are designed to help you become a master entrepreneur, world class. We want to help you be a master entrepreneur. Now, our workshop, which is coming up, and it'll be online and around the world, and it'll be in your town and your place, is just simply that. How to become a world-class master entrepreneur. That's right. How to become a world-class master entrepreneur. And then we have a book which is Being Fully Alive. The prayer and the 7 power principles of the master Christian entrepreneur. So our product, our service is named the Master Entrepreneur. And from that, all of the other services will flow out of that. The What It Takes Radio is there to help you become a master entrepreneur. So the last thing you need to do is at least begin to give the product or the service a name, a flagship name. We do accounting. Tell me more. What kind of accounting? What makes it unique and different, and who's it for? Tell me that. Give me the name. There we go. 20 minutes. How to name it, claim it, picture it, begin to share it, and there is some good advice on how you can give the 4 names to your business, to your work, to your service, to the unique and powerful value you bring to others. Aren't you glad you're listening to the Master Entrepreneur? My name is Stan Houston, brought to you by the Christian Entrepreneur Network. We're done at 20 minutes, but we'll be right back to say goodbye and simply ask the question, how can we help you? And have you noticed that we make a point of every time we can to kind of claim a little bit of signature branded music. We have certain musical themes which we know work for us. We like them. And so we share them with you from time to time. Our program has certain signature sayings and signature themes. We'll get that right. My name is Stan Houston. I can help you. You can call me at 520-664-7002 USA. Reach out to me at radioedge77@gmail.com, radioedge77@gmail.com. We'll be glad to do all we can to help you make your mark in the marketplace. For yourself, your family, your community, the people you care about, we want to help you do what you have been called to do. Hey, best and blessings. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and it's Yom Kippur Day. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Yom Kippur and why I'm so glad that even though I am not of that tradition, I send my grandson, or I'm thrilled that my grandson is sent by his mother and father, to a Jewish school. Because there's something very unique and powerful about what happens right there. Till then, all the best and blessings, and of course, bye for now.